As I suspected, 32 flavors.
And so the cat is out of the bag. Chuck Dixon has joined the Rippaverse. And for some of you, like me included, this is kind of like you saw it coming a little bit. It was inevitable. Like, it was just like it had to happen. Like, we had seen Eric July and Chuck Dixon talk to each other on his For Canon's Sake podcast. I already screwed that up. But you've already seen them link up with each other and talk. And also, Chuck's been like very coy, vague, whatever you want to call it, about doing this. And obviously, Chuck Dixon is a very legendary writer with Nightwing, of course, and he's also even got Bongo Comics with The Simpsons. Everyone knows him more for like Batman. He's even did a chapter book recently on Conan the Barbarian. So Chuck's got a resume, like legendary writing resume. So we're gonna look at this video, see if there's a penciler, a colorist, an inker. We're gonna see who's involved in that, if there's that. But we know that this is the Alphacore too, so that's a very interesting choice. So after ISOM number 2 is Alphacore number 1, and man, this is a step in the right direction because we have 3 Rippaverse books coming out this year. I like the seasonal idea. I really like that. I think that's exactly the right formula to saying we can compete with the big 2. I'll sell them, make more money than them, and that shit is obsolete. So let's look at this video here and let's assemble our thoughts, okay?
Hey, I'm Chuck Dixon, and I've been invited to join the Rippaverse. Eric July has assigned me a 90-page graphic novel called Alphacore. It stars a team of superhero cops who patrol the skies and the streets of Forest Spark in search of super creeps, weirdos, and villains. Boy, do they find them. It's full of action. It's kind of a police procedural meets a superhero epic. And I wish I could tell you who the artist is, but Eric wants to tell you that himself. Trust me, it's a big name, it's a big gun, it's something you've seen before, and I've seen a lot of the artwork, and it is going to blow you away. So check it out, Alphacore.
We got teased. We got teased. All right. Well, we know Chuck Dixon is writing, so that's a great start. And we know he's doing Alphacore number 1, and that's going to be the book that follows ISOM number 2. Obviously, we have book number 4 announced next week on Memorial Day. And I'm like, man, who's the creative team? Man, Rippa, what you hiding, dude? I want to know. I want to know the team. Oh, hold up. As I'm looking here, another video here. The Rippaverse expands. Alphacore number 1 is on the way. How about that? I refresh, and we get to watch another video. Well, let's do this, guys, and we'll do some commentary. Maybe we'll have some. Who's the one doing all this?
Hey, I'm Chuck Dixon, and I've been invited to join the Rippaverse. Eric July has assigned me a 90-page graphic novel called Alphacore. It stars
Okay.
Yes, Chuck Dixon, the great Chuck Dixon, has officially joined the Rippaverse. I'm so excited, not just for the company, but obviously Chuck Dixon himself. Look, guys, for me, this is everything coming full circle. Understand that his books, what he was doing with the Bat Family in the 90s, those were the books, that was my introduction. Those were the books that I read growing up. And for me to be in a position to be able to work with him is a dream certainly come true. And man, it's certainly a blessing. And I'm thankful to even be in this position. You guys watched probably my old interviews with Chuck. And we kind of sometimes discuss the idea of maybe us doing something together, him doing stuff for the Rippaverse. And man, I'm telling you, you're going to thoroughly enjoy the Alphacore book. It turned out absolutely amazing. Chuck came up with an amazing script. There's also some new characters that he introduced in it that I know you guys are going to thoroughly enjoy. The artist, wait till we let you know about that. But welcome, Chuck, to the Rippaverse. Make no mistake, this is not going to be the only project that we do with Chuck. We've been chatting a lot, and we have some other ideas as well. So this is one of the OGs. I mean, again, it was a point in time where he just could not miss, man. Everything that he was dropping was just great work, and we know that because he's been blacklisted, if you will, whatever you want to call it, by the industry. They're not going to let him touch those classic stories. That's fine. We have him over here at the Rippaverse, and I can't wait to see what he develops. And hopefully, much like his work back in the Gap, this is going to be stuff that is people are going to be jamming for years to come. So big shout out to Chuck Dixon. Make sure you follow him on all forms of social media for sure, and welcome him to the Rippaverse.
Wow. Okay. So we didn't get the artist. I think he's just, teasing us, taunting us. But yes, he is right about everything he says about one Chuck Dixon. The guy, he writes for regular people, and that is how you do it. And you happen to also make continuity matter at the same time. The fact that he is bringing new characters of his own creation to the table for Alphacore #1. And at face value, you think, oh, is this like the Green Lantern Corps? Well, I'm going to say, obviously with the color green and the core name, obviously those are space cops. These guys seem to be operating more on like an Earth thing, but who knows? Maybe they will operate in space. I'm curious. I'm very curious. I want to know who the artist is, because this is kind of eating at me. Is there going to be another expanded video on top of the expansion? I don't know, but right now this is exciting. What do you guys think about Chuck Dixon joining the Rippaverse? I know that I am all in on this, so let me know your thoughts on Chuck Dixon joining the Rippaverse, whether you did not see it coming. I don't know how you could not be excited. I mean, to me, it's just like, if you're not excited, you're just like, you're wrong.
Right? Wrong.